I need to do some kind of pressure releases or pressure relief if I can. And what I do is I lift up in my wheelchair. I you put hands on either side of the wheels, and I do a push up, and I hold the push up for maybe uh, a few minutes if I can. Um, it all depends on how much calluses that you have on your hands. It depend. I mean, because the less calluses you have on your hands, the quicker your hands are gonna fall numb. They're gonna get numb, and that's not good. You don't want to have numb hands. The blood doesn't circulate very well in your hands whenever they're numb. But anyway, so what I've been doing is that this is probably about, I've been in a wheelchair for about 20 years, so I've done a lot of pressure releases, pressure relief. But I have for many years. I got breakdown. The and a lot of people have J cushions and they really like J cushions, but I don't really care for them because that I used J cushions for 10, 15 years almost, and I got, I just had recurring problems of breakdown, and it wasn't because I wasn't lifting up or anything like that. I was doing a lot of pressure releases. Um, that's just my habit, every 20 minutes or every 15 minutes or whenever I think about it, then I do a pressure relief. Um, so I would get a lot of pressure ulcers on my backside or skin breakdown on my backside, and so that would lay me up so that I would have to be laying in bed for probably about a month or two, trying to get that thing to heal up. It all depends on how deep the wound was. I want to say 3 weeks, but it all depends on how deep the ulcer is on the backside. One time I got one that was really, really bad, and breakdown that was really, really bad, and it started to eat the muscle. It was so bad. But what I did was I switched to using a honeycomb cushion. My friend works. He works a lot with wheelchairs, and he uses a wheelchair sometimes. He can walk around pretty good, but or he can kind of